Hi everyone, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be trying a brand that I have never featured on my channel before, and I'm so excited to share these products with you guys. And the brand we're going to be trying, as you've probably read from the title, is called Vieve. Now, Vieve is the makeup brand by Jamie Genevieve. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And she started this brand, I think 2 years ago, and ever since it launched, I have been looking at the product, and I always was thinking to buy something, but I just never did. And now I finally saw the brand in person, and I decided to buy some products from the brand to try it out for a video and also for myself, because I have been looking at these products and it just looks so beautiful. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I created this look using the products from Vieve. So if you are new here, then hi, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you found it. I upload beauty videos every single week and I would love it if you subscribed. But for now, if you want to see my review of the products from Vieve, then please keep watching. So the products from Vieve that I want to show to you guys today are 4 different products. So the first one I have is the Vieve The Essentials palette. This is like their first eyeshadow palette, the like really popular one you see all the time. Then we're also going to be trying out the Vieve Lip Dew. This is their really popular lip oil. And then I have a beautiful lip combo to share. So I think we should just get started with the look and see how I created this and what I think of the products. So I basically have my entire makeup look on apart from eyeshadow, mascara and lip products. The first thing I want to try is the Vieve eyeshadow palette. I cannot wait to play with this. It looks so beautiful. I've already taken some photos and reels of it, and I cannot wait to put this on my eye because it looks so beautiful. Now my lips do feel a little bit dry, so I think I'm just going to apply the lip dew before we start, and then I'll show you the rest of the products once we get through the video. So here we have the Vieve Lip Dew, and this is described as a glossy lip oil. Now this is one of the more famous products from Vieve. They have now expanded the range as well. I think they have 3 more shades to choose from. I will link all of these products down below so you can decide whether you want to buy them as well. But since this was like their first lip dew, like the original one, I decided to go with this. My mom actually bought this in Harrods and she has been wearing it and it looks so gorgeous, so I just wanted to have this one as well. Now it is quite sparkly. I don't know if you can see, but there's quite a bit of glitter in there, so I'm not sure how this is going to go underneath lipstick, but my lips do feel a little bit dry. And I just thought, since this is technically a lip oil, I just want to apply just like a tiny bit, and then we'll do the lip combo on top. But I want to do the eyeshadow first, so then the lip oil can sort of like sink in to my lips. So I'm just going to apply a little bit on my lips. So the smell of this really reminds me of the new Laura Mercier lip glosses. I've tried those and I think the smell reminds me of that. It's sort of like a very sweet caramel sort of scent. It's not really sweet in like a candy type way, like the Fenty Skin that really smells like cherry candy, but it smells more sort of like a gourmand scent, like a very vanilla caramel type scent. It smells really nice, and it does feel nice on the lips as well, so I'm just going to leave that on there. And then I think when we finish the lip combo, I think I'm going to apply a little bit of this on top again, because I do really like the like little sparkles in there. So far this feels nice. But yeah, I wanted to explain to you guys a little bit more why I decided to try Vieve. This brand has been sort of like on my radar for quite a while, but I've never picked it up before. But since they are stocked on Cult Beauty, they're quite easy to order, and Cult Beauty had 20% off, so I decided to order some things from Vieve and finally try the brand. I think it just took me to see the products in person. I did see them in London and Harrods when I saw them there, but I did have quite a bit of credit on Cult Beauty and they were having a discount, so I just thought it would make more sense to buy it on Cult Beauty. I normally like to shop for things in person as well, but since I had like the credits available, I like didn't really want to spend my own money on it if I could also spend the Cult Beauty credit on it. You get credits when you like refer a friend, and that's how you can get credit. But I just decided to order it off Cult Beauty. But when I saw them in Harrods, I just thought they looked so pretty. But when I saw them in Harrods, I just thought they looked so pretty, and that is sort of like why I wanted to make this order in the first place. So the first thing that caught my attention when I walked into like the Vieve section of Harrods was the eyeshadow palette. This one I've almost bought a few times before because I've been just seeing this all over Instagram, YouTube as well, and everyone is creating like gorgeous looks with this palette. So I just wanted to try it out for myself, see what the quality is like, and I just have not been buying eyeshadow palettes a lot. So it says this palette is vegan, cruelty-free, fragrance-free, paraben-free, and gluten-free. It has a 12-month shelf life and it is made in Italy. So that's a little bit of information in case you've been wanting to know. This is what the palette looks like. It just comes in this faux leather packaging, I'm assuming, since it's a vegan, and it's quite slim actually, but it's really wide. This is what the back of the palette looks like, and this is what the palette itself looks like. As you can see, it leans very warm toned, but I feel like this, it has more of like a little bit of a purple undertone to it. I really like that there's a black to really deepen it up for like evening look. So just to compare it to like a Natasha Denona mini palette, look at the difference in like pans. I feel like these pans, even though it's a mini palette, they're quite decently sized for an eyeshadow palette. I just feel like the pans of this are just so big. So I'm just going to take a dual-ended brush from Sigma Beauty. This is just the E38 Diffuse Crease Brush. And then the other side has the E54 Medium Sweeper Brush. I really like these blending brushes. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this shade right here called So Shy. And I'm just going to put that all over my lid. I usually just like to go in with a cream shade like this before I sort of like start my eye look, just to have like a nice even base. I'm seeing there is a little bit of creasing of my foundation that I took on my eyelids, so it's always good to like sort of start with an even base. Now I need to make sure that my palette is not covering up my face because it's so big. I just decided to come a little bit closer because obviously this part is about the eye look, so I want you guys to be able to see what this is looking like. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take the shade Buff right here on the same blending brush. I will say this palette, like these two shades, are very sort of like mustard tones, and I'm not always sure how I feel that these are going to look on me, but I'm sort of like scared to go in with this shade, even though it looks very pretty as well. So I'm going to take the shade Buff. Very curious to see what that is going to look like on my eyelids, since these aren't really the types of shades that I normally reach for. So I'm just going to pop that in the crease. So I'm just like very softly blending that out, and I feel like it has a really nice amount of pigment payoff. It actually has been a while since I really took the time for an eye look. Normally during the week when I'm rushing to go to work, I always lay in bed like way too late, like my alarm clock goes off and I just have a hard time getting out of bed. So then when I actually get out of my bed, I'm just in a hurry and I just quickly swipe an eyeshadow on my eyelid and it never looks that good. But it's really nice when I'm off to like really be able to sit down and do like a nice little eye look. But like I said, I haven't done like a true really nice eye look in a while, so it's nice to do this again. So as you can see, that blended out really nicely, and I feel like even though the shade looks very sort of like mustardy in the pan, it still looks quite neutral on my eyelid, and I feel like it is a really pretty shade. So I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye. I am just always tapping off some excess just to make sure I don't have like extra fallout on my eyelid. So I think I'm just going to leave this shade like this for now, and now we're going to go in one of the most gorgeous shades from this palette in my opinion, and that is this one called Delicious. It looks like a gorgeous like neutral brown, and I'm going to take the other side of this brush for this. Just going to put that on there and then sort of like in a diagonal line press that on here. That is very pigmented. I was not expecting that for some reason. It also gave a little bit of fallout, but I'm sure we can fix that. So now I am immediately going over this with that blending brush again and just very softly diffusing this to the outer corner, and this is blending really nicely. I am just gonna make sure I'm taking this a little bit above the hood of my eye because I have hooded eyes. Normally when you have hooded eyes you tend to sort of like stop at the part where the hood is, but if you go just a little bit above, it's kind of like going to open up your eye a little bit more and you're going to notice the eyeshadow better as well. So now I'm just going to go in back in that shade Buff that we used at the beginning. I'm really going to tap off the excess and I'm just going all over this to make sure everything is nice and blended together. Sort of like doing this in circular motions. So that is what this eye is currently looking like. It's blending out really nicely and I do like how that is looking. So now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye as well. Then I'm going to take that shade Buff, so the first like transition shade that we used, that mustard yellow on this brush, and I'm going to bring this to the lower lash line and connect it to the outer corner. Taking a clean blending brush, I'm just going to go over that, and this looks a little weird when you're not wearing like any mascara, but once you apply mascara it's going to come together all really nicely. I feel like eye looks are so much prettier if you also do the lower lash line. So now taking this blending brush that's clean, I want to try and take a little bit of the shade Lava Rock. I don't think I want to use the black because I think I'm going to try that out a different time. I need to film 2 videos after this one and I'm kind of like scared to use the black. So I'm just going to take this one. It's also a bit of a deeper shade, but I feel like it's slightly like less deep than the black. That's gorgeous. I love how this eye look is looking like so far. So now it's time to apply shimmer. I think I want to do this one on the lid and then this one in the inner corners. So I'm going to take this one on my finger. So the shimmer doesn't feel super smooth, but it is applying nicely. It doesn't feel chunky or anything. I just expected it to be like a little bit more creamy, but I don't really notice a lot of fallout. Then taking this pencil brush, I'm going to take the lightest shade and put this in the inner corner. So this is what it looks like with the shimmers. The shimmers are nice. I'm not super impressed by them. I feel like the mattes are definitely nicer, but maybe the shimmers work better with like a glitter glue or something. But the shades are very nice. I now want to apply a little bit of shadow liner as well. For that, I'm going to take this Lava Rock shade as well. Just taking it on this angled brush, and I'm just going to basically press this on the upper lash line. So here's what it looks like with the mascara. It isn't like a massive difference as my lashes aren't super long or curled to begin with, but it definitely made the eye look a little bit more complete. So now that the eye look is finished, I want to move on to the lip combo that I picked out. So for the lip combo, I have picked out a lip liner and the lipstick. Now the lip liner I picked up is called the Modern Lip Definer in the shade Velvet Sands. This has a 24-month shelf life and it is made in Germany, and this looks like a gorgeous sort of like 90s nude shade. It reminded me a little bit of Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury. And then the lipstick that I picked out is called the Modern Matte Lipstick in the shade 90s. This has a 12-month shelf life and this one is made in Italy. And this looks like a gorgeous sort of like cool toned 90s shade as well. So just going to swatch that. This is what this looks like together. So I feel like this is going to be the perfect combination. It was quite difficult to pick out a lip combo because I just wasn't sure if what the products looked like on the photo was how they're actually going to look like. I almost picked up a different shade of the lip liner. I can't remember which one, but then I saw a review of someone and it looked so dark. So I'm so glad I went for this one called Velvet Sands. So let's just apply this. So this is what the lip liner looks like. A little bit more warm tone than I was expecting, but it looks so beautiful. It was kind of hard to apply because I was already wearing the lip oil, so it sort of like wanted to go everywhere. So now let's just apply the lipstick on top. So this is what the shade 90s looks like. It's definitely a little bit more brown than I was expecting, but it does look very, very pretty. So now I'm just going to zoom out a little bit and then I'll share my final thoughts on the products that we've tried. I almost forgot, but I need to apply a little bit of the lip dew on top again for some nice sparkles. And then this is the finished look using the Vieve products. I love how this look turned out. I feel like it's very the Vieve aesthetic, very sort of like brown tone, sort of like 90s. The eyeshadow palette I'm really pleasantly surprised with. Before I bought this, I just wasn't sure what the quality was like. Before I like watched reviews, I had seen some really good reviews on this one, so that is why I decided to pick it up. But it can always be totally different when you try it out yourself. But I was really pleasantly surprised with this palette. I think it's beautiful. The matte blended out really nice. And I just think that this is such a nice everyday palette. Like you can do a very like basic neutral eye look, or you can really like deepen it up and make more of like a glam evening look. So I really like that about this palette. I think this is also really nice value for your money. The pens are really large and it's just like a color story that you can use on an everyday basis. So this palette is definitely getting a thumbs up from me. The only thing I wasn't like blown away with are the shimmers. They're definitely decent, but they're not the best shimmers that I've tried. I do really like the shade, so I'm just going to play with it and see if there's maybe like a better way to apply them. Maybe try it with like a wet brush, or maybe try them with an eye primer. I'm sure I can make these work, and if not, I'm still going to use this palette so much because the mattes are so beautiful. The lip dew I really like as well. I think it's a beautiful sparkle. The shade is nice as well. It's just clear with a lot of like beautiful shimmers. I would say the scent is quite on the strong side. So if you're not a fan of your lip products having scents, then maybe do not go with this one because it is quite strong. But I do like a sweet smell, so I don't really mind it, but just to be careful. It does feel like a nice lip oil. It doesn't feel sticky, it just feels very nice and moisturizing. And I just really enjoy wearing this. And then for the lip combo, the Velvet Sense liner with the 90s lipstick, I really like as well. They're a little bit more brown tone than I was expecting. For some reason, I expected this one to run a little bit more pink, sort of like Runway Royalty from Charlotte Tilbury. This one was also a little bit more like warm brown than I was expecting, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I do not own a shade like this, so I'm very happy with both of these additions to the collection. They feel really nice. The packaging feels really luxe as well. Definitely feels like a high-end or luxury lipstick, and these aren't even that expensive, so these are definitely getting a thumbs up from me. And overall, all the products that we've tried today are getting a thumbs up. Okay everyone, and this is it for my review of the Vieve brand. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Let me know what you think of these products. So if you did enjoy this video, then I would absolutely love it if you gave it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you don't miss any of my videos. All of these things would help me so much with my channel, and I really appreciate it. But with that said, thank you guys all so much for watching. I really hope you have an amazing day, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye!